And this one is a competitive push your luck game where players are going to be trying to collect item cards as well as the required resources to build those items, because each of those items is going to be awarding you with the amount of victory points that will help you be the winner at the end of the game. Players are going to be starting the game with 2 item cards as well as some starting gold, but then players will be taking turns doing either one of 2 things. You can either draw resources from the resource deck. Whenever you do this, you're going to be drawing into a tableau of cards, and you can stop anytime you want, because this is where the push your luck aspect comes into play, because there are a bunch of monsters in that deck, and if you ever get 2 monsters drawn, then you could bust, and I'll come back to that in a second here. But ideally, you want to stop before you ever draw 2 monsters, because whenever you do, you're going to have first dibs on anything that you've drawn, and you're just going to have to pay the cost to take that into your supply. But then each of the other players is going to have an opportunity to purchase one of these cards as well, but they'll have to pay you a premium of 1 additional coin. This means that not only are you trying to get the cards that you want, but you also want to draw enough cards to allow other players to buy from that pool so that you're getting extra money. But if you do bust, it's not necessarily the end of your turn, because you do have the option to fight back if you have the appropriate item or companion. And the way that you get these is your second option on your turn, and that's to purchase from the market. And you're pretty much seeing the whole market right here. There's a bunch of different items that you can buy, and they do give you more flexibility and freedom to push your luck if you do know you have a way to combat any enemies that might show up. The market is also where you're going to want to go in order to buy new blueprints for items to give you even more options for the resources that you're collecting, and the end of the game is triggered once 3 of the premium items are built, which are more costly to build, but as soon as a player builds 3 of those, they're going to be getting those victory points, but then also triggering the end of the game. Then at the end of the game, the player with the most victory points wins, and if you are interested in this one, you can go ahead and check it out, and I'll have it linked in the description down below.